Got this blanket ladder here. What I did was went to Lowe's and got 5 just regular 2x4s, just pine, non-treated 2x4s, and 5 of these will build you 2 6-foot ladders with 15-inch wide rungs, and you will have this much left over. I just take my miter saw and cut a 15-degree cut on 2 of those at about 6 foot, and then the scrap that's off of that, I cut a 15-inch board out of that off of each one of those. Then I take a full 2x4, pardon me, I take a full 2x4 and I cut it every 15 inches, and that's how much is left on the end of it when you wind up with 10 total boards, 4 from the 6-foot sections and then 6 from that full one. I start at this square end down here just because it's easier to measure. It would probably be a little better if you could somehow measure from the other end, but it's just easier to do it this way. And on the high side, I measure 6 inches and mark it just like that. And then on the low side, I measure 7 1/4 and mark it just like that. Then I take a piece of scrap and I line up that corner there and that corner there on those marks, and then I just trace either side of that, and that lets me know where to put that screw. The only trick to that is you need to do opposite sides on the top board and the bottom board for your angles to line up, so just pay attention when you're doing that. Obviously, because you're screwing on the side that you're drawing on, so it's the opposite when you flip it over. And then I just come in, I've got 2.5-inch decking screws, put one of those in and some 2-inch finishing nails on either side, and then I'll just sand all those marks down, and that'll be done. This one's staying unfinished. Oh, one other trick. When you cut these 15 inches, they're probably all pretty close to 15, but not quite. If there's some that there's a gap in, I just take a ratchet strap and pull them together and close that gap up, and then put a screw in there and hold it. No big deal. But you wind up with something that looks like that, which is terrible because the lighting is terrible. Let's see if it looks any better this way. But yeah, just painted this one gray. And more terrible lighting, but that's about how it's going to stand. I don't know how well you can judge that. There's a sweet looking grill with a bunch of boots on it. But anyway, that's all there is to it. I did forget to mention, I do come down 6 inches here and 7 1/4 here, and then I just add 13 inches for my spacing on the rest of it. And you get a little bit more than 13 on the bottom, but that's about all there is to that. So you're like 6, 19, 32, 45, 58. And then on this you got 7 1/4, 20 1/4, 33 1/4, 46 1/4, and 59 1/4.